We've widened Daz's hole.
Oh yes! Absolute legend. Hey guys, Dazar, back over at Dyno Days. A few weeks after we did the upgrades on the mods to get some pops and bangs, some flames. Hope you watched the video. Thanks so much if you have. Yeah, we're back over today anyway because we've got some smaller jobs to do and then a remap at the end of the day. So let's just go through what's happening today. One is get some new rear calipers fitted, some new red rear calipers fitted because the originals on the car just about had their day. Some new pads as well. Also, we're going to weld up a little hole in the 3-inch exhaust. Those are the sort of regular maintenance jobs that you obviously need to do. But then the exciting stuff later on is the fact that the J35 throttle body is turned up. So that's going on later today, obviously with a Skunk 2 bigger connector. The RRC that I've got on the car at the moment is coming off and it's going to be machined out to the 70mm because actually the one I bought it was not actually the 70mm version. So we're getting that board out this morning and that's going back on the car. So that'll match up to the J35Y throttle body, the Skunk 2 cold air intake, the big bore intake. The 3-inch exhaust will be welded up and yeah, would be good for mapping later on. So hoping, really hoping that we can go a bit more than the 236 that we achieved last time and get the 240. That's what I love. Jeno's just taken the rear wheels off and addressing the rear calipers. The left one, which was sticking really badly, but you know, the car's 2009. I've never replaced the calipers on it, so done really well. But looking forward to having some new shiny red ones on the back. We're just going to get Jeno to explain a bit about the PBS pads that are going on the rear FN2. It's quite enlightening to me that these pads have to be have a little modification done, so I'm going to let Jeno just explain before we change the brakes.
So basically, when we've taken these pads out, we've had before with the PBS pads that the piston, you can sort of see them up. On the rear calipers, they unwind, and these have little knobbles on them, and you can see where the piston's been set with that knobble in between them, which has stopped it from unwinding. And also when someone's put them in before, they've never been cleaned up because these are paint on the outside that we have to take off with a grinder and then copper grease them, which has never been done, which is probably the reason they've been sticking in there, because they've not been allowed to move necessarily. That's
really interesting. So even though you're paying £129 for PBS pads, yeah, you still have to adapt them. So
yeah, there's still quite a bit of modification that needs to be done so they fit in.
That's really interesting, guys, isn't it?
But with a bit of modification, they work fine and they fit fine.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that obviously you pay that money for them and then
well, yeah,
never realise.
Well, there you go, guys. A bit of free information from the man who knows best. So yeah, at the moment where we are, we're just cleaning the brakes up, the brake pads up, waiting to put the new calipers on and waiting for the RRC to come back from the machine shop. Oh yes, some lovely shiny new calipers. If only they stayed that red. Okay guys, it's all going really well. New calipers are on, it looks stunning. I know they're not going to stay that red for long, but they look great at the moment. Richard just took the box off the exhaust to weld the small blowhole at the top, so we'll have a look at that now. Come on!
Yeah, I don't think you want to film a little bit. Oh, you're filming.
So just have a look at the split on the box, guys. Just what we're repairing there. So we're just going to get onto that now. So we've got loads going on, guys. The RRC has now been bored out to the true 70mm, so Jeno's just helping Rich with the exhaust box. So yeah, it's all going on. Busy.
Started off with this, they measure at about 64 to 65mm basically, is what they measure out at. Basically this was a non-ported version, we obviously want a ported version, so rather than buying a whole complete new inlet manifold, we decided the best option was to have this machined out. So luckily we've got a nice machining guy on site, so he's done that for us, set up, bored it out to 70mm. But do a little bit of routing on the inside, just on some edges. He's sort of line bored it and obviously gone through, and then obviously there's some edges that just needed porting and finishing off, so I've done that. So yeah, a cheaper solution to port that for sure than buying a new one. So Jeno's about to start bolting it back on.
Well, fantastic job. Cheers, guys.
Suck.
Cheers, guys. Let's have a look at that lovely new machined port. Beautiful.
We've widened Daz's hole.
Brake calipers are on, look amazing. Brake pads cleaned up and gone back in. Apparently you don't need new brake pads, which is a bonus. Thanks to Dyno Days for that, thanks to Jeno. Yeah, great information explaining about the PBS pads having to be sort of cleaned up as well before you even put them in, being an aftermarket brake pad. But for the price you wouldn't expect that, would you? Anyway, they're on, it's looking really good. The box is going back on the exhaust, the car's coming down, the RRC's back on. We've got a new gasket to fit on the rocker cover now. It's all going well. Just a rundown of the mods before we go on the dyno. So we finally got a true ported RRC on the car. We've got a new rocker cover gasket. We've got a Skunk 2 cold air intake. We've got a J35 throttle body on there. We've got the larger Skunk 2 adapter. We've got a 3-inch exhaust, true 3-inch exhaust all the way through, which where the box has just had a little bit of a hole welded up, sorry. And yeah, so we should be good to map. So like I say, we were running at 236 with some lovely flames and pops and bangs on the video that you've already probably watched. So let's get it on the dyno, see if we can crack that 240, eh? Come on! Just an update on where we are. So car's just had to come off the dyno. We haven't got the 240 yet, we're at 238, but it's 10 degrees hotter today than when it was on the dyno last. So we've got to adjust the brake caliper, we've got a slight leak, so we're going to look at that, let the car cool down a bit, maybe have another bash, see what time we've got. But yeah, so close. Mate, absolute legend.
We did pick up.
Oh yes! 240 guys, bang on. We've had to play around with temperatures. Well, Rich has done an amazing job, Jeno, Danny. Oh, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. These guys really know what they're doing. We all know that anyway. But yeah, we've struggled with the heat today. But a little bit of tuning here, a little bit of tuning there, let the car cool down and bang on 240. I am so chuffed. I've got to say a massive thank you to Dyno Days. Thanks to Rich, Jeno, thanks to Danny, thanks to Keith for making me so welcome today and for putting in those extra hours on a really hot day when I didn't think it was going to happen. But I think they twisted every parameter they could and did everything they could, cooled the car down. Yeah, just went through the whole thing to try and get the 240 that I wanted. And yeah, 240.8, an absolutely brilliant outcome. I'm so chuffed, so thanks guys, I really appreciate it. Come on, let's have a look at the engine bay. There it is. So we've got the RRC, now fully ported. We've got the J35Y throttle body. So the Skunk 2's back on. And we've got the, as you know, the Miltech race header, as was used on the Civic Cup cars when they were racing. So yeah, on probably the hottest day of the year, we got the 240.8 In fact, on a denser day I think we might be running more than that, but I'm absolutely over the moon. So guys, if you've enjoyed the video, if you could drop a like, subscribe, drop some comments below on what mods you plan to have, and yeah, just look forward to seeing everybody at the Honda meets and out and about while we've got this glorious weather. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you down the road.